Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursdays at 3. Your host here, Jason Crespin. It's June 23rd, 2022, and welcoming you to our Thursdays at 3 today. It's going to be a great episode. We have the amazing and uberly talented Miss Beth Alexander, choreographer of 42nd Street, on today. She's going to talk to us all about the choreography of that great, huge, awesome Academy show that's going to be going on next month. But before we get to Miss Beth, we want to remind you everything going on at the Amarillo Little Theater. A lot of the times people think, oh, the summertime, it's not as busy, or you guys don't have much to do. But no, we still have a lot of things going on at the theater. Right now, we, of course, want to remind you about season tickets. You just have a couple of days left, maybe really just like a week left, in order to get your season tickets. Um, uh, to get your bonus tickets for your season tickets. If you order your season tickets by July 1st, you get bonus tickets. And we want to remind you that those bonus tickets can be used throughout the season. And really, that's like a $50 like savings right there. If you get the two bonus tickets, it's basically you could use those for two adult tickets for a musical, and that's saving you $50 right there. So season tickets are the best deal in town. Really, you get so many privileges with your season tickets a week before the general public can make their reservations. If you're an Angel sponsor or above, you get 2 weeks before the general public, which is huge, especially when it comes to big popular shows that you want to see, or that there's a big demand for. You may be wondering, how do I get season tickets? Well, of course, we want to remind you can always call our box office, 806-355-9991. Visit our website there, AmarilloLittleTheater.org. When you go to the website, scroll down to the bottom, you'll see kind of this logos in the bottom corner of the website. Click on that season tickets page right there, and it'll take you to basically your season ticket and advertising packages where you can just order those all online. We have different packages. If you just want 4 tickets, or if you want 5, or if you want full 9, you can combine different packages. Again, these aren't for specific dates of shows. They're just kind of like tickets that are in your bank that you can use throughout the season. Of course, we have a great season next season. Some huge shows like Guys and Dolls and Elf and Priscilla. Pulitzer Prize winning plays like Clybourne Park. Uh, Whodunit mysteries like Clue. Oh my gosh, Clue is going to be so fun. Dramas like These Shining Lives and The Father. Poignant new plays like Significant Other. It's just going to be a great, great season. This is not even announcing our Academy season. 42nd Street basically kicks off our 2022-23 season. So these season tickets can be used, in fact, for 42nd Street that opens 2 weeks from tomorrow. Dun dun dun, 2 weeks. So exciting. So anyway, so get your season tickets before July 1st if you want to get those bonus tickets. After that, you can still get season tickets up until December 31st. So still plenty of time to get those season tickets. Also, right now we're working on all the amazing ads that go into our amazing playbill. Thank you to all of these fantastic donors and businesses and sponsors and all that good stuff. If you're like, I want my business or my company in the playbill, let us know. Contact us at the box office or shoot me an email. Of course, there's my email there, jason@amarillo.littletheater.org, because we need to know by in a week. June 30th is our deadline for contracts. And then July 8th is the deadline for the actual artwork for the playbills. If you're interested in that, there's our contract there. You can see a full page prime ad is $11.50. Full page ad is $9.75, and a half page ad is $5.50. Now, these ads, just a reminder, go into all of our main stage and adventure space shows programs. That's basically being seen by like 24,000 people. So you gotta, if you want your business in there, definitely give us a call. Let us know because the deadline is coming up. Also in the playbill, if you're like, well, I want to help out, I want to be a part of the playbill, but I don't have a business. There's this great section called the Footlighters. And these Footlighters, if you can see there, are just basically autographs, business cards. The staff of ALT does one as well. And also there's a section for our Academy students. Oops, right here. So if you want to be a part of that, our Footlighters, super easy. Again, the box office can help with that. But our footlighters for the junior footlighters for Academy students is just $15 to throw in that signature into the playbill. Regular footlighter is $30, and of course, business card is 50. You can get those forms by emailing me or even swinging by the box office or calling the box office and they can get you that information. But we've got to get those signatures for our playbills. We want to see that. Yes, Tracy, it's true. She says, hard to believe we're talking about 2022-23 season. I agree. Cannot believe that we've already, ended this past season and already looking forward to the next one, which is exciting. Very, very true. Of course, our academy, speaking of our academy, they've done an excellent job with camps already. Classes have already begun for the summer sessions. Um, but right now our camp Broadway musical theater camp is going on. It's a 2-week camp. They'll have a performance next week that we'll let you know about. I luckily last week got to sit in on the Stories to Stage camp, the second session, and oh my gosh, these campers were awesome. Led by one of our past Academy students, Casey Humphrey. It was a Disney themed camp, and all of these little kids did absolutely amazing. It was an awesome, awesome camp. Thank you for Casey Humphrey for leading that camp. Of course, our Academy Director, Michaela Guerin, and all of our camp counselors. But yeah, if you guys are interested, there's still spots available in some camps. We have some dance camps coming up. There's a theater parent costuming camp, a regular costuming camp, the Curtain Up theater camp, which is basically our 8th through 12th grade theater camp. So tons of camps coming up. If you're interested, call our box office or you can register online as well. Oh, Cindy says she loves the lineup of shows. Agreed, Cindy. It's a great lineup. There's something for everyone next season, which I'm very, very excited about. Speaking of our seasons, we want to remind you too that this Saturday, the June 25th, is our ALT celebration. That's right, June 25th, starting at 8 o'clock. Very, very, very excited. I'm excited to, of course, show that we will have our awesome, awesome ALT celebration on our ALT main stage, of course, June 25th. 7:30, the doors will open with cocktails, and then 8 o'clock, the event will start. So if you have yet to make your reservations, the tickets for this are free, but you still need to make a reservation just by giving our box office a call, 806-355-9991, or of course, visit the Amarillo Little Theater website and you can order your tickets online as well. But we want you guys there. Come on down. It's going to be a great, great night honoring. Basically, it's a big family, huge family reunion. We're all going to come together, and it's going to be absolutely joy to honor all of our season, all of our actors, all of our volunteers. We'll give out some great volunteer awards. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come to the ALT celebration. Call the box office. Make your reservation for that event. Okay, I think I am ready to bring in our amazing special guest, Miss Beth Alexander, choreographer, of course, of 42nd Street. Let's bring on Miss Beth. Hey, Miss Beth, how are you? Can you hear me? Hello.
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Yes, it's cutting in and out, but there you are. Okay.
They're good. I know our
Even
Wi-Fi
though we're in the
sometimes.
same building.
I know, right? I was gonna say our Wi-Fi in the trick lobby is not always the best, but we're glad you're here. Thanks so much for joining us today. First off, how are you doing?
You sound like a robot, so I have no idea what you just said, and I'm very sorry.
You're good. You're good.
It's like
Um,
crazy. Thank
how about
you.
this? How about Beth? Go ahead and I'm gonna pull you out and then just come on into my office since you're around the corner. We'll just do it from there. Can you hear
Okay.
me? Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. Okay, I'm gonna pull you out. Okay. So Beth, we were trying to be really cool and awesome. Let me pull in a chair real quick for Beth. Um, Hold on one second, y'all. Again, live Thursdays at 3. We're gonna grab a Beth, will you grab a chair as you're coming in? Thank you. Perfect. We were trying to be cool, and I was gonna use all these special features, but if she's in the same building and we can't get on the same technical Wi-Fi, might as well let's just bring her in, right? Perfect. There we go. So anyway, so yeah, 42nd Street, just so everyone is aware, is of course our ALT Academy production. They've been rehearsing throughout the day. It's been going really, really well. They have rehearsals in the evening. There's a great photo of them rehearsing here at ALT, and it's been a blast. They have been working so extremely hard. I'm gonna, in fact, take off real quick. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Hey,
Sorry.
Beth. No, you're
Hi.
good. Beth was in our Turk lobby, and sometimes the internet is not the best out there, and so Beth, hello,
Hi.
welcome. So we of
Thanks.
course are talking about 42nd Street. I just showed a rehearsal photo there
Nice.
from like one of your first rehearsals over here on the main stage. But we're so excited that you guys are presenting, of course, 42nd Street. Somebody's coming. Oh, yes, Cindy, lost the sound, but I think you got us back now, which is good. Thank you. Yes. Um, Actually, I'm gonna make sure that we're back on sound. I think we are. If you can hear me, let me know. I think you can hear me now. I think you can hear me. But first off, remind us, how did you get involved at ALT?
I got involved in ALT because of you.
Back in the day, it's
Back in the
true.
day. We've known each other a long time. But I actually got involved because my daughter came to summer camp to see if theater was something she wanted to do. And then I was picking her up one day, and you were like, "Hey, have you ever thought about auditioning for a show?" And I was like, "No, I have not."
Well, and I knew, I
yeah.
mean, years ago we met through Texas. Jose Ochoa
Mhm.
was choreographing Texas that year, and he was married to then the Academy director Sarah Youngblood Ochoa, and she got a lot of us involved. Some of us that were alumni to do like an improv class with Texas people and different things like that. And so that's where I met Beth years and years and years ago. And then all of a sudden, she had a kid that was in my camp, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What's going on?"
Yeah.
And then and then I was like, "Hey, have you ever thought about auditioning for a show?" And I knew she could dance, and we were doing Mary Poppins
Yeah.
coming up, and then you auditioned and got involved.
And made it. And then I remember one night, I think it was at one of the shows, you were like, "Hey, have you ever thought about teaching dance classes for us?" And I was like, "No, but that would be great." And so here we are, and I
Yeah.
don't even know how many
I
years
know how many
later.
years. I don't even know how many years you've been now an
2016,
instructor. Sure.
17,
Something like that.
16 or 17. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
yeah, which is just awesome. Now
Mhm.
remind us, what do you do when you're not at ALT? When you're not teaching dance or, being in shows, what do you do when you're not at ALT?
I own and operate an online school. So this I started it this last year. So this next year I'm doing third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade online. It's basically homeschool online for parents who are like, I would like my kid to homeschool, but I don't want to teach it.
Sure, yeah. Oh, and I mean,
So
gosh, that's huge, especially with
yeah,
so many people's busy schedules and stuff like
mhm.
that. Y'all schedule is absolutely
I
fantastic.
love our schedule.
Yeah, how you can, I mean, get work done, but then also have time for family events
Mhm.
or trips or just,
Traveling.
traveling around, which is great.
Yeah.
So this is the second year, which is
Thank
congratulations,
you.
year number 2 for you, which is great. And then of course, I feel like you're a good Uber driver for Cinda.
Yes. Yeah. Luckily, her and I, we do all the same things.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're either at home or here,
yeah.
basically,
Yeah,
which
which is
is
great.
great. Yep.
Yeah, best places to be for
Yep.
sure. Now, when did you first start getting involved in dance? Like, did you take dance as a child? Were you like
Yep.
born taking dance,
Yep.
basically? And yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
My mom put me in dance when I was 3.
Wow.
And the only time I didn't dance, I actually was not dancing when Cinda came to camp because I had just became a public school teacher, and so I had left the dance teaching job that I was doing because it was just a lot. Um, and so I didn't dance for 1 year from the time I was 3 until now.
Wow, that's
And
insane
that
that
was
you've been
that
dancing
one
this
year.
whole time. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. And when you started taking dance, I mean, did you like lean more towards one style of dance? Did you enjoy one style more than the other,
Yeah,
or
I've always been a tap and jazz person.
yeah,
That's always been the styles that I just like the most.
yeah,
However, I would encourage anybody and everybody to take ballet if you want to be a
yeah,
dancer.
yeah.
You gotta take ballet.
Yeah,
You gotta
those skills
yes.
are just the core of all dance are
Yeah.
from ballet and the training that you get and how you to carry
Yeah.
yourself and things like that. It's so true. So true. Did you always want to teach or choreograph, did you think? Or
It had actually always been a dream of mine to choreograph, and I had obviously choreographed a ton of dances for
yeah.
recitals, and I was the assistant at my dance studio, where I grew up, and all that stuff. And so, um, when I got to actually choreograph like a full show here, I was like, "This is
I love
amazing!"
that.
Like it's what I,
Was
something
that
I was.
Hunk? Was Hunk your first?
First full show, yeah, it was
First full
Honk,
Hunk, because you helped with Christmas
Christmas
Carol.
Carol.
Of course, I love movement, and so in a lot of my plays, I'm like, I'm gonna add a dance sequence here, or I'm gonna add a movement section, and so yeah, I had to choreograph a couple, Christmas party numbers at the Fezziwigs, and
The Ghost, that
ghost
was
number. That
fun.
was really cool. Yeah, and then of course, Honk. Honk was a fun,
Mhm.
fun show that kind of was like, okay, Beth, you can do it. Let's
Yeah,
do it some more. And so,
yeah.
have choreographed many shows in the academy. Of course, have choreographed for the main stage as well. Um, what has been out of all the shows that you've worked on? What has maybe been the most challenging show that you've worked on as
Um,
far as
as
choreography?
far as choreography, um, before 42nd Street, I would have said Newsies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Newsies Unite.
yes. But now I'm gonna say 42nd
42nd Street.
Street.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
42nd Street is when you think of 42nd Street, you immediately think of tap dancing. I mean, it's just hand in hand. For those of viewers who don't know, what is 42nd Street about?
So the way I explain it, it's a musical about making a musical.
Okay.
And so it's kind of you get a behind the scenes look and of the writers and the director and even the choreographer and the music director working together to put on this show called Pretty Lady. And so then we also get a glimpse of scenes from Pretty Lady. And so it's
Mm,
really cool because it's like this back and forth where at rehearsal and then where you see like the full production of what the live show looks like and then we're back in rehearsal. It's really
yeah.
cool. It's
Cool. I
just like
love
this
that.
back and forth and it's really
That's
fun.
awesome.
Yeah,
And did you know the show before it was announced?
I did not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let me take that. I've always heard of 42nd
Yeah.
Street and way back in the day, like I think it was when I was in junior high, I danced we did a tap dance to We're in the Money.
Okay.
Because, but other than that, that's all I knew
Sure,
of
sure.
42nd
And
Street.
and I mean, classic songs, of course, were in the money, Lullaby of
Mhm.
Broadway. Oh gosh, what does Dorothy sing? That's a classic. Not Someone to Watch Over Me. Or is it Someone to Watch Over Me?
Nope. Well, we switched one song out. And we're doing I Only Have Eyes for
I Only
You.
Have Eyes for
Yeah,
You. Yes, that's
yeah.
what I'm thinking of. Yes,
Mhm,
yes. So you'll know these musical
mhm.
numbers whenever you hear
Yeah.
them on our stage, of course. Um, when choreographing, 42nd Street, it's huge numbers. We're in the money. The opening numbers is known for, of course, the big tap numbers, the ending sequence. There's kind of a moment where they tap on, or not necessarily tap, but dance on stairs, if you will, or tap
Mhm,
on stairs.
mhm.
In huge numbers. The Tonys one year when they opened the Tonys with 42nd Street, it was like huge tap number and things like that. So having big dance numbers like that, how do you first wrap your head around choreographing a show, especially one that's so heavy in dance? Do you tackle one number at a time? Do you try to do them all at the same time? Like how do you, I guess, tackle choreographing a big show?
Well, first I do a lot of research.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for YouTube. I don't know what people did before YouTube. Like,
No, it's true though.
I'm like, "Oh my
Yeah.
goodness." So luckily, they did a revival 2017 in, Australia?
Oh,
Is
okay.
that right? So it's available on Apple TV, so you can
Oh,
watch the
cool.
revival, 2017 revival, which was super helpful. Now, they've made some changes and
Sure.
added a few things that, like, aren't in the original, and we're doing the original.
Gotcha.
Um, but it gave me a good idea of what was happening, and then,
Yeah.
of course, I just looked up, like a song, I would type in choreography for and then type in the song and just kinda see
Styles and
styles,
yeah,
and
yeah.
there were some that I was like, "Oh, that's really good," and some I was like, "Cool, skip." You
For
know?
sure, yeah.
And so I did a lot of research, and then, what I always do is I go and then I read the whole script, and then, kind of really just go in order
Yeah,
of the show because, I want it to especially a show like this, where you might see a rehearsal, and then later on, you're gonna see, like, the performance of
right.
it, so everything has to be very congruent.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and so anyways, went through and just kind of jotted down all the ideas that I had for each number and how they would all come together and tell
Sure,
a story.
yeah.
So
Well, and then really once you have your cast, then you can really
yes.
implement, "Oh, okay, I have this many people for this number, so I can
Mhm.
do this, or gosh, I have too many people in this
Mhm.
number, so I gotta, tone it down a little bit more. Um, and currently, I mean, in our academy, we are blessed. We have some amazing, amazing tappers.
Yes.
I think with us announcing that we were doing Newsies, of course, COVID pushed that back a whole year, which gave a whole extra year of training. So really,
Mhm.
they had 2 years of training before we did Newsies. We of course slipped in some tap into Wizard of Oz because I was like, "Hey, I
Hey.
don't like this number, but I want to like it, so let's do some tap in it."
Mhm.
And that of course helped, it's great to see how these kids have really become amazing
They're
tappers.
so good.
Yeah,
They're
and so
so good.
for them to be able to do this at such a young age and hopefully continue to grow in tap. Of course, a lot of our kids are interested in pursuing musical theater as a career. So getting this under their belt early on is just going to help them have another special skill that's going to be exciting for them as well. How do you feel when we have this many, awesome tappers?
I am over the moon because I was talking to the kids, I guess, I don't know, sometime this week. Um, but kind of giving them a pep talk because this show is not easy. It's just
No,
not an
yeah.
easy show.
To
And
keep up
it's,
the stamina
oh my
also of
gosh.
all the dances, yeah.
Yes, it is so fast paced. And see, just in the first three scenes, there's four big dance numbers. Four in the first three scenes.
Wow,
And so
wow.
it's just like boom, boom, boom. It's just so great. But one thing I was bragging on them and just giving them a pep talk is that when I was choreographing it, at home, I was like, "Oh, am I making this too hard?"
Yeah,
But then I was like, "I'm gonna try it because I can always back off."
yeah, yeah.
But everything I've given them, they're nailing it. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
"Yes!" They're so good. They're
that's
so good.
good.
Yeah.
Well, and that's so exciting. I think what we always have done in the academy is push them,
Yes.
challenge them, and they always rise to that
Always.
challenge. So then that becomes a new normal, and then we're like, okay, now we gotta take another step and challenge them even
Yeah.
more, and so that's so exciting. This cast, of course, is consisted of 25 Academy students, age ranges 11 to 18. We, of course, want to remind Michaela Guerin, our Academy Director, is directing this production. Of course, Brandon Beller, Music Director, set design by Tana Robertson. Tiffany Lauer, an Academy mom, is working on the costumes for this show. And she's costumed other shows before, which is great. She has a great eye for costumes. One of our Academy alumni, Casey Humphrey, serving as Assistant Director. Academy parent Velvet Knight, and past Academy student, one of our alumni as well, Austin Jones, as a production assistant, and then Jeffrey Pickens helping
Oh
out
my
with
gosh, it's
music,
been so
correct?
fun
Like a
having
kind of a
Jeffrey.
music assistant. I
Yes.
love that. That's so awesome. So huge, awesome, production team that's working on this show. Of course, Greg Dunlap and Noah Lang and Brandon Kafumi of our tech team are busy right now painting and working on our set for the show, which is really, really excited. Cindy there says, can't wait to see the play. Already have tickets. That's awesome. I know. I have yet to even secure my tickets. I gotta do that this week. I know, right? I'm like been so busy with other things. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get my 42nd Street tickets. Um, so with this show and being able to choreograph and be so proud of, these kiddos and stuff like that. And you just, were in Shrek the Musical and things like that. Do you prefer performing or do you prefer choreographing? I mean, that's a hard Sophie's choice kind of.
Yeah, that is hard, but I think if I had to choose, I think I would choreograph.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I really
I
like the
mean,
creative
I was gonna
process.
say there's something about creating something, having people work on it, and it come to life, and
Mhm.
seeing the enjoyment from the audiences. I mean, just
Yeah.
I totally understand that as well. Um, I think also choreographing is more stressful because one, as a performer, I can take care of myself. I know what I'm gonna do or not do, but whenever you choreograph and then you just give it to the kids or performers and then they have to do it, you're like, it's out of your control.
Yeah.
So it's like, like it's a little stressful sometimes. And also, I think sometimes for choreographers, a director has a script and we know we're going to say these lines, and music director has the score, the music notes, and they're going to sing these notes. But then it comes to choreography, it's like, okay, there's a musical number here, and it's like, well, I don't have a script that says,
Yeah.
take a
Where am I
jazz
supposed
square
to
and
Yeah,
yeah, do
exactly.
this. It's like, wait, so you really have to create that, and so I think that's a huge benefit that we have with you, Miss Beth, because gosh, Beth's choreography is absolutely fantastic. Of course, Tuck Everlasting this past year in the Academy. Gosh, the storytelling that you guys did in just the
That one was
last
fun.
20 minutes of the show was just absolutely beautiful and different than what the Academy had done in the past,
Mhm.
which I think is always good to kind of throw something different at them and keep challenging them for sure. Um, do you think you would ever, of course, musicals are always our fun bread and butter of the theater, but do you think you would ever audition for a play?
I
One of those
don't know.
talkies?
I don't know. I have a hard time memorizing words. Like, give me a dance step. I can memorize,
Yeah,
like, you can throw 10 8 counts at me and I'll get it like
yeah.
that. Give me a line, like a paragraph, and I'm like, I don't know words. I'm so bad at memorizing. So, I mean, even just the one little line I had in Shrek, the first night, you're like, this is your line. I was like, okay. And I literally had the paper in front of me. It was one line. And every time I was like, I need the paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Maybe
don't,
though, maybe,
maybe,
maybe there'll be a dancer in a play that you're
yes.
like,
Yeah.
that's right up my alley. I love that. I love that. Um, with choreographing big shows like this, of course, 42nd Street, it's known for the dance. What were, some challenges with the show or right now with the rehearsal process that you're like, oh, I didn't expect that to be as big of a challenge or something that you're like, okay, this is something different than other shows.
I think for me, the biggest challenge is getting creative tap wise because, you know, in the shows we've had in the past where there's tap, there's one big tap number. This
Yeah.
one, there's four.
Wow. Yeah. So being
So
unique. Yeah.
making each one unique and not just repeating time steps all over and
Yeah.
over, and so making each one tell its own story and have its own purpose is
Yeah.
because there's only so many tap
That's
steps.
so true because Newsies had one big tap number, and Shrek. Beth choreographed the tap number in Shrek with the Mice. Huge tap number opened act two. So yeah, it's exciting to see.
Yeah,
How many tap numbers will be in this show. I hadn't thought about that. So that's really
yeah.
exciting. I
And then
love that.
like the ending song, well, 42nd Street, but it like tells a story, but it's through tap, and I'm
Mm,
not necessarily ever told a story through tap.
sure. Sure.
And then like the music is not typical tap music, so that one's been a really big challenge because
Oh.
it's like at the end of it, it goes into a waltz, and I'm like,
Oh.
how do we tap and waltz?
Okay.
But we're gonna do it. It's gonna be
Nice.
great. Yes.
Super excited. I love it. I love
Yeah.
that. Amy Pritchard says, the Academy kids love Beth and her choreography. So
Oh.
true. So do the adults. So true. Shelly Stepp says, can't wait to see the show and your wonderful choreography. So excited. And he says, even Billy Bob Thornton admits he had a hard time memorizing lines. There you
Okay,
go.
there you
Good.
go.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. What are you hoping when, audiences come see this show, which we should chat out if you want a sneak peek at the show, 42nd Street. You guys will be a part of the 4th of July Independence Day parade in Canyon in a couple of weeks. I guess next week, and then or next weekend, and then on July 6th they will be a part of High Noon on the Square, which is basically downtown. For 30 minutes, they'll be performing numbers of the show. There's a food kind of sponsor that you can purchase lunch from, or you can just bring your own lunch and lawn chairs and sit and enjoy the show, which will be great,
Mhm.
or aspects of the show. But when people come see the show, what are you hoping that they leave thinking about, or what do you hope they take away from the show?
Um, Really, there's no like super deep meaning to the
Sure.
show, which is it's fine. That's great. However, I do think that there is one of our main characters, Peggy. She uh, pursues her dream and it comes true. And she had people believing in her when
Yeah.
she didn't really necessarily believe in herself. And so that I mean, if you wanted to look for a deep meaning in the show,
Sure.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But
Well,
really,
and the group of people coming together around
yeah,
her. I mean, that's
yeah,
huge.
yes. Um, but really, I think it's just a fun you're just gonna leave feeling good. Like, it's just fun.
Yeah. Just pure
Yeah,
entertainment.
pure entertainment.
Who doesn't love tap?
Yeah.
I love it. I heard earlier in the box office somebody was like, "I love tap." They were getting their 42nd Street ticket.
Nice.
So it's just one of those feel good type musicals for sure. We want to remind you the show is on sale right now to our season ticket holders. And if you are not a season ticket holder, you can still get your season tickets. You'll get those bonus tickets if you do that, of course, before July 1st. But if not, you can get your tickets starting on Monday, June 27th. That's when tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. to our general public. We want to remind everyone, of course, the show runs July 8th through the 17th. That, of course, will be 6 productions, again, of 42nd Street. Oh my gosh, it's going to be such a good show. So if you have not made plans yet to come see the show, do so because it's going to be an absolutely amazing show. The show runs Friday, Saturday at 7:30, and then Sunday matinees at 2:30. So again, call the ALT box office 806-355-9991 or our website amarillo.littletheater.org to get your tickets. I know you guys have had day rehearsals and then you go back to evening rehearsals, or have gone back to evening rehearsals. Like, where are you at right now as far as the show? And we know it opens 2 weeks from tomorrow, but like, are you guys running acts yet? Are you running the shows?
We start running
things?
acts next week. So tonight we'll run the second half of Act 2.
Cool.
Tomorrow night we're just kind of wherever some trouble spots. We still have some choreography we're trying to finish.
Sure. Yeah.
Because like I said, that last number is 7 minutes long.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So we're still, plugging away.
Yeah.
But not only do they dance fantastic, last night, Brandon, pulled out the piano and just hit a few little things. And these kids, I'm like,
That's amazing.
how do we have this much talent and 25 kids? It's insane.
Oh,
It's
I
insane.
cannot wait
how
to
good they
hear
are.
them, see
Yeah.
them, all the dancing, of course, the acting. And it's great too because this cast, has, of course, some great seniors and older kids that are leading the way, but some young kids too that are really stepping up and,
Yes.
taking some big roles and doing a great job as well. So you guys, you're never disappointed when you come see an ALT show, but especially not an Academy show. So if you haven't made your reservations because you're not season ticket holders, I encourage you become a season ticket holder now, and reserve your tickets right now for 42nd Street. It's going to be a great production. You got to come see all this amazing hard work that the kids have poured into the show. Amazing talent like Beth Alexander here, who's created some amazing dance numbers. I literally last week they were having a day rehearsal and I literally just walked on stage and stood in a scene because I was like, I want to be in this number. And it wasn't even a big dance number. It was like a walk number and then like turn and then cross the stage. It was so, but I was filling in for somebody. But even just me doing that, I was like, I want to be in this show. There's some cool stairs that they've built for the show, and I got to see them light up today. And immediately I was like, I wish I could dance on those stairs. So
Yeah.
we're pulling out all the stops, of course, for the show. So get your tickets, and hopefully you guys will have a great run and it'll be sold out and all those things added on shows and all that good stuff. So thank you, Beth, for joining me
Yes,
today
thank
for
you.
Thursdays at 3. Of course, don't forget, everyone, if you're looking for something this weekend, don't forget ALT Celebration. That's this Saturday starting at 7:30 with the doors open. 8 o'clock the event will start. Go ahead and still call, make your reservations, even though it is a free event. Again, talking about season tickets, go on our website there, click on that, it goes to that page, get your season tickets. Looking for advertising, call us, give us a shout out or an email, and we'll make sure you have all that information. But more importantly, 42nd Street, come see these kids tap away. They're absolutely phenomenal. You're not going to want to miss them. So next week, we'll have more information about 42nd Street. So it's going to be great. Oh, and I think some sneak peek photos. I think y'all do that Tuesday.
Yeah.
For the Globe News photos. So hopefully we can get some of those and start teasing the show a little bit more. So thanks again, Beth. We'll see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. See you next week.